What does it take to be the best?
Everything. Everything. You can't, you're gonna have self-doubts, you're gonna have tough moments, you're gonna have everything, you know, you're gonna have people talking bad about you, people putting you down, getting cut, you know. It takes getting up in the morning and doing the same thing, you know. I understand people talk about a lot of mental toughness, right? Mental toughness, you meditate and stuff. For me, honestly, mental toughness is getting up in the morning and doing the same thing, day in and day out, day in and day out, for whatever it takes, whatever that goal is, you know. And by doing that, you become the best, you know. And it takes everything. I mean, you have to, I mean, the 3 S's that I love, you know, suffer, you know, a sacrifice. Suffer, sacrifice equals success. You gotta suffer, you know, it's gonna suck, you know. Like, I mean, I worked, 15 hours a day, I'll get up, you know, and then trying to stay in shape. Imagine that, as a 17-year-old European in Boston who spoke English. There was a lot of suffer, a lot of sacrifice. You know, I didn't have any friends or girlfriend or anywhere to go, right? I was just working, and then success came, you know, later because I had built this foundation. So it takes everything, you know, but it's not for long. You know, people think that to be great or to be something really good, it's a lifetime. It's not, you know, because once you achieve that, that's another thing, right? But by building that right foundation, day in and day out, you achieve something, and that leads to another thing, opens up to different doors. It takes everything, you know, and what is everything is your mind and your body. You know, people are wishful thinkers. You know, I want to be the best, I want to be rich, I want to lose weight, whatever that, you know, the wishful thinking is, you know. But they hate to take the steps, or they take the steps and it's hard. You know, change is hard, you know. Changing your body, changing your mind is very hard, you know. And people stop. And people come to a certain point, they break. So everything is making up your mind mentally and not giving up, but also physically pushing through your hardship, you know, when it hurts. To be an Olympian, right, you spend 4 years for 2 weeks, or maybe 1 week, because you might lose and get out. So it's a, you know, it's a crazy workforce and discipline and mindset, right? So to be able to play in Greece and then go have a chance to go to China, I was blown away by my ability, right? When you call about self-doubt, I'm like, there's no self-doubt. And I'm like, man, now I'm the man, you know? So I was the captain, I was at the peak of, you know, at the peak of my career. We just lost in Athens, and as a group, we're a young group that joined the team in 2000. We were young in Athens, and then we made a pact to ourselves that we're going to win gold in China. We actually made a plan, how, when, why, right? And we went to work. And we went to work and slowly, you know, build that foundation. And in 2007, I was in Italy playing for the best team. I was a captain, making a ton of money, and then I turned, and then my Achilles snapped. I fall down in tremendous pain because there's 2 ways to rupture the Achilles. One comes out, you can walk and go to the doctor, or the second one is the hardest thing, it snaps in half. So I fall down and I see my foot hanging, and I can't move my toes. My toes. So I'm trying to, and I can't. I'm just crying because there's so much pain and shock. The doctor comes in, you know, puts his finger in the Achilles, and just, you know, I mean, there was just harsh pain. You know, it's like, oh, it's your Achilles. And I knew it then, Tom, that Beijing is done. I mean, when he said that, I was like, no. And I just burst in tears. I'm like, man, 7 years to build this, and, you know, the truly American dream and hardship, it's over in a matter of 1 minute. My self-doubt was like, I'm done with the USA team. And that scared me, you know, because for me, that was the most important thing. Not professionally, not the money, you know, being part of the USA team and that group of guys and that, you know, that amazing tournament is just, you know, there's nothing like that in life, you know, because I already experienced it in Greece, and now I'm the captain of the team. So that was the #1 self-doubt, and that, you know, kind of stroke of fear. I mean, I had to sit 26 days with a leg up above your heart, not move anything. And a lot of thoughts came to my mind, you know, I mean, thoughts about quitting. I was 32. Thank God it wasn't social media back then. So, you know, it can be good, you know, good and bad, right? But, you know, friends were supportive, but they're like, you know, man, 32, you know, maybe take the real estate test. You know, maybe think about the future, maybe think about that. And then once all these people start doubting and start pushing me away, you know, even my parents, you know, my parents were still conservative in working on a small job, you know, in a small town, and say, you know, son, I mean, awesome, man, you made it. Like, what else do you want? You know, like, you're the man, like, you know, for Albanian, that, you know, you're God. And I said, but I want to be the best player in the world, and I didn't achieve that dream. You know, since 11, since 9, right? I'm like, my dream has been to be the best in the world, so why this injury will stop me? So I started researching. I said, what is the comeback time for Achilles? I started doing a lot of research, and I made a bet with myself. It was weird. One of these nights, you know, in Italy, as I got better, I had to wait 2-3 months to fly back to USA. I was drinking wine, you know, and I couldn't walk, you know, still with crutches, and I said, you know what? It's gonna be a test between me and Achilles. Honestly, I mean, that was like, I made a bet with myself. I'm like, who's gonna win? So my mind started working on that moment of like, okay, how long does it take? What work do I have to do? How to do it? Where? And then once I had the plan, I just wake up every morning. I was the first one at the USA team, and ice and stretch, and the last one to go. So it was just a simple bet, me or the leg, and I won. At the Olympic team, every 4 years, the summer of Olympics, the coach comes in, brings all the guys, about 30, 40 guys that try out for, you know, 4 years, and then he sits down and tells the team who makes it or not. It's a very, very ruthless decision, right? And the coach comes in and he said, you know, put the list of the team, and I got upset the first time, Tom, that I became Albanian, man. The Albanian of me came out, and I just became angry and loud. I'm like, what the, you know, like, why, you know, why the you cutting me? Like, you know, are you stupid? Are you crazy? And I'm cussing at the coach. He's like, he gets it. Thank God, you know, he took the high road, you know, just calmed me down, and we're just talking for 2 hours, and I was crushed. You know, like, I kind of went back to that old mentality, you know, and that summer I kind of gave up, you know. At that summer I was just drinking, playing beach volleyball for fun. It was weird. It was just very odd mix of feelings, and I didn't know how to control them. I had no idea. Back then I was engaged, and then break up with my fiance too. I started doubting everything, right? And my Italian team that I was playing had a big contract for 3 years, massive amount of money, and they cut me. They said, we don't want to pay you, you know, you're not ready yet. I'm like, I'm ready, look at me, I'm jumping, I'm running. No, you're done. So that month of August was very dark, 2008. I made the dream. I was on top of the mountain, and then it was not a roller coaster. I mean, it took a second. I was nobody. I just wanted to kind of get lost, forget about Europe, USA team, and everything. I should be on my own. And it was the best medicine ever, you know, because that's where you really find yourself. You got to hit rock bottom, when they say, right? And I realized that I was blaming everybody else but myself. I was like, man, I blame the coach, my fiance, the team, the Italian manager, everybody but me. First time in my life that maybe I'd become too cocky or confident, I don't know. But I realized I was blaming everybody else but myself. So I made another bet with myself. I said, from this moment on, I'll never allow anybody or anything else to dictate my life. It's gonna be my way. And I called the coach, I'm like, I wanna try out. I was 33, 34, the coach was like, are you crazy? I'm like, I wanna try out. You put me at the bottom of the list, I wanna earn it back. And went to work. Instead of getting a crappy contract, I went to Italy, got a cheap contract, and I proved myself again, and I became the best setter in the world. You gotta hit that, you know, it's about experience, Tom. I think, like, if you don't have that experience, if you're not confident to go through those experiences, right? When people go through tough times, they protect themselves. They go into this shell, right? Because, and we as humans, as you know, our mind, you know, from back in the day, was to protect yourself, you know, from fire, from fighting. So human mind is always kind of like being to, you know, risk is not good for you, you know, to go hike over the mountain, right? It's bad for you, right? Everything is bad. And I was like, no. I mean, I have to take this risk. I have to push myself. I have to suffer. You know, I have to sacrifice in order to achieve that success. Otherwise, I'll never be that guy that I wanted to. First of all, to get up every day and outwork others. You know, being a great teammate. You know, being a great part of whatever team it is. You know, wherever you are, at school, with your friends, at sports. You know, being a great person around your teammates. You know, and lastly, is like, don't burn bridges. I told my kids, you know, because I went through a lot of ups and downs. You know, so I burned a few bridges by mistake. I've mended those bridges now. I went back and apologized, because I was in a dark space. But, I said, it's you're as good as the person next to you. You're as good as that mentor or business person or teacher or coach. Alone is very hard to make it. People will actually help you if you ask for help, but you got to show them that you are hardworking, a good person, and then success always comes, whatever that is, monetary or passion or whatever that is for you. It always comes if you do that work. But it's not going to come to you. Nobody's going to give it to you. But when things are hard, when you're in a dark place, there's still light. It's just a matter of switching your mentality, switching that thought process, and continue to work for the right thing. And it's not scary. Just because they sound scary.